We back. Took longer than expected, but it's all good. Um, hmm, hey, 211, yo. Well, it's actually 111, but February 11th. Um, you know, thought about after the fact. Is this abstract animals? Abstract. Yeah. All right, yeah. So we're gonna get back to the reading from earlier, but something came in my mind and was like, "Yo, it's not your fault." So I don't know if someone is experiencing that or needed to hear that. Let me get this microphone right. I think that might be somewhat better. Um, we did talk about earlier punishing yourself, keeping yourself from things that you deserve because you are holding on to the past and punishing yourself for that past as if there's anything you could do now. Uh, all you can do is do better. If you truly learned your lesson, then you'd be able to adjust going forward. You don't have to make the same mistakes that you did before. Yo, shouts out to the boy Cynical. It's been a minute since I watched one of these videos. Um, yeah, damn, it's been a fucking minute. Yeah, the energy feel different. 1313. Let me just get one of these animal oracle cards. See what's up. See what's up with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess everybody's at work now. They were on this morning to about like 8 o'clock. But I told y'all what happened, right? Like I said, I was talking to the two people in the chat, but after it had eight different people. So if you want here, leave a comment or some shit. Or don't. The regular crew likes to comment, but it is what it is. If you have any questions, not too specific. I mean, questions for understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like, on channels like these, people try to, they want like the answers of what they should do in their life. But just like a good therapist, you're supposed to lead them to the answer. You understand? Not break down like, well, this situation you're going through with so and so's baby daddy or cousin or some shit, Like, what is the beef between me and this coworker or me and this guy or whatever? It's just like, yo, like we spoke earlier, if you know your worth, you know your true value, you already know the answer. The answer's already within you. You see what I mean? So you don't need nobody to tell you what the fuck to do. It's already there within you. Um, so yeah, there's that. There's that. I really feel like, yo, again with the caribou. What the fuck? Let me change some things. Let's see the nest on the other side. We switched our mics earlier. just got changed around. Right. So we got this caribou once again, yet again, yo. It continues to pop up. This is the what is this now? I don't know. I feel like this is the third or fourth reading I've done with this deck where this card has come out. All right, so Caribou is about perseverance, resourcefulness, movement, and determination. So we'll get into that. I'm gonna read that for y'all because clearly the message keeps popping up. This is here. I'll make it bigger. Square. Sure, we'll do square. I don't want. I guess there's like controversy running around or something where people aren't shuffling or letting people see the cards or some shit. I don't want to be accused of that bullshit, so I got this shit on deck. What should we know? Oh. I don't think nothing else coming, man. Wait, something flipped. Something flipped. Oh, they said that was from last time. Oh, some flip. Number 36. Shouts out to that. That's very special. Orange bellied parrot. Radiance, expression, communication, and acceleration. All right. So we were talking about being authentic earlier as well. Oh wait, there was some cards that came with that. Let me just take this one. Reshuffle the rest. I'm gonna read that guy from earlier. I know some of y'all are here for part 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a part 1 this morning. So you could just go on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I might leave it in the description or end screen, but in case you wanna. Oh, okay, we got something else just flipped. Anyways, earlier today we went live early this morning, so you can catch that. That one it's not too long for what I normally do. But then we got part 2 right here. So, anyways, it was called "Fuck Their Bullshit." So if you want to check that out. Anyways, crayfish or crawfish. No, this is crayfish. Protection, perseverance, vulnerability, and regeneration. So again, like we keep in same with this theme of reinvention. The butterfly, which completely changes its DNA, and then also I think I like this one. The snake, which sheds its skin. So, like I talked about earlier, it's 2 different processes. But there's still metamorphosis going within. It's still death and rebirth. The snake is more so outgrowing your old skin or things that would keep you stuck. Man, where do I put this? I'm gonna put it in surreal. Yeah, things that keep you stuck, things like that. But at the end of the day, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I remember playing with this shit so much. I just could not get it right. I like her. Oh yeah. So like the snake is more about breaking free and shedding that old skin because you can't fit no more. It's too tight. You know what I'm saying? You're hindering your true self within. And then the other one, the butterfly completely changes its DNA, like altogether. So, um, shit, where we at with this? Man, why won't it take me back to the? Oh, Go to it. Come on, dog. uh, yeah, y'all can go to my playlist. Trip Safe Travels right here. But I came on here to do something. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. We had a crisp images. All right. So, anyways, let's get into this. I'm gonna leave that there. What did we get first? We got the caribou coming up. Um, yeah, butterflies, snakes, transformation. You know what I'm saying? But one is complete rewriting of your DNA from inside and out, and the other one is, shedding. The other one still knows who the hell he is, but you're shedding those things that no longer fit the new version of you. You understand? So, all right, caribou, page 53. That's number 8. The card itself, says 14. That's number 5. So change, harmony, things like that. We've been getting that a lot, along with the number 2. They share some commonalities as well. So, anyways, caribou, perseverance, resourcefulness, movement, determination. White wind blows across the Arctic field, sending ancient whispers into the forest. The lead stag raises his head, sensing the move nah. The lead stag raises his head, sensing the moment for his herd to move. Something distant steers him and stirs him into motion. He moves, and the rest follow. While many hibernate and huddle close, caribou run and run together. Under his guidance and leadership, all are included. Honored among Laplanders as a source of sacred partnership and sustenance, caribou is revered for its wisdom, creativity, and inventiveness. Few are equipped to survive the harsh conditions of the far north like caribou. Hollow, insulated fur to shed freezing water, a strong snout capable of digging through snow to reach food, broad concave hooves that tread across deep snow, 2 separate stomachs to store food, and 2 separate circulation systems to conserve heat in its body during winter. Both male and female caribou grow antlers, revealing that all can be warriors, and both shed them during the cold winter months to carry less weight. Feeding on aged moss and lichen from the ancient forest floor, caribou are connected to the deep history and sacred lore of the ground they walk and all who have come before them. Their movement honors the seasons and the changing needs of the greater herd. When 2 male caribou fight to win the rights to lead the herd, the greatest danger they pose to each other is their own determination that would have their antlers locked together, leaving them both unable to eat. Yo, during this 4 hour break, I was watching a show talking about, collaborative efforts and things like that. Um, it didn't start like that, but it ended like that. Like why we as society wouldn't be able to handle certain technologies at this moment in time. So, uh, anyways, the message: there's a season for all things, a time to be alone, a time to come together, a time for stillness, a time for movement and committed action. The richness of life is found in the balance, and caribou brings this gift. Caribou's message is to trust the cycle of your own seasons, honoring the full expression of who you are. When it's time to rest, give yourself the gift of true care and rejuvenation. Nurture yourself until your cup is full and naturally flowing over. When it is time to move, let your actions rise from a deep inner calling. Move with great trust and commitment, knowing that you will reach your goal. You are capable of far more than you realize. Caribou brings great strength, resourcefulness, and resilience to your path. Know that you have within know that you have within you all that you need to move through whatever apparent obstacles may rise to meet you. The path may not unfold exactly as you imagined it, but with each challenge embraced comes the discovery of new gifts, resources, and aspects of yourself that you would otherwise not have known you have. Once awoken, these gifts are yours to keep and share for all seasons to come. This is the gift of Caribou, to activate the hidden gifts and infinite resources available to you by embracing the path that calls for their full expression. Caribou balances time and in quiet solitude and time of great collaboration with the herd. Now may be a time for you to step up as a leader and to powerfully include others in your journey. Caribou's gift is to lead by example, inspire others into action by moving into inspired action yourself. The only obstacle that could get in your way is locking horns with others. Stand your ground, but walk in peace and seek always to embrace the higher path that honors all. Life is movement. Embrace the seasons of your soul. In stillness and movement, in silence and expression, in solitude and togetherness, I honor the seasons of my soul. Right, so listen, all of that kind of goes back to what we were talking about in part one. I didn't really understand how the two of them were going to come together, but it's pretty. Yo, I took a picture of that kind of flower before. Um, yeah, it's pretty. I don't want to say self-explanatory, but it definitely relates back to a lot of things we were talking about earlier. So, for instance, this path of leading by example. I don't know why I'm thinking about Caribou Coffee right now, but an example, leading by example, the authenticity, and importantly, earlier, I was saying that even if, oh shit, I didn't mean to. We were saying that like even if you, what's the word? Oh, if you break up with somebody or you know it's time to end some sort of relationship, business partnership, romantic, whatever, or time to move in a different direction with your life in general, that part is very difficult and can be very challenging to, break that apart. But during that segment or the portion of the video, so yeah, again, go back and watch part one. I kind of laughed it off, but I was saying, like either way, you're gonna be all right. If it's to break up with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be hurt. I mean, they gonna be hurt. You gonna be hurt, and over, and then eventually you'll get over it, right? And if you don't, then you could become an artist and write about it, sing about it, create photography and dope art about it. You know what I'm saying? Like journal about it, and which will then lead to your prosperity, but also your own type of abundance. And the more that you step into your own alignment, the more people around you do too. So a lot of what this message is talking about all relates back to that. You understand? So, um, yeah. Where else we at? I don't know. It's like I don't fully want to read cards right now. I guess I just want to kind of talk for a minute. But I know some of you are here from part one, so we're gonna get into it. But let me close some of these windows down. All right, move that shit out the way. See what else we working with. Oh, I didn't even move her into a category. I don't think. I like that. Anyways, what's up with y'all, man? What's going on out there? Surreal or abstract? The point is that the more that you face your inner being or face your inner traumas, the more you help yourself, well, heal yourself and also help others out. So you build community around your authenticity or your willingness to share. There are a lot of things like, this video is titled, It's Not Your Fault. And there are a lot of things that um, have occurred or happened in people's lives, you know what I'm saying? Like abuse, manipulation, things like that. And some people they go forth and they share their story. Like some people, you want to shy away from it, right? It's painful, it hurts like hell, but there is strength in telling your story and helping someone else get through that same type of battle. So, um, yeah, let's see what this card from part one has to say. This man, um, that is chained to bondage of some sort, or his the shackles around his hands. That's what they're called. He's shackled to this wooden plank around his neck, but it does look like one of those planks that might have buckets on the end of it, or it's a guillotine. But either way, looks highly uncomfortable, and he has the key and the padlock both around uh his neck. So I got my key around my neck, but I think it's crazy that he wears the padlock too. But then again, like we said, like what's in the way becomes the way. Yeah, that lady at the coffee shop, when I first learned about tree meditation, and this guy looks like a tree, like a nature, earth energy. And he even has the horns and everything. So Capricorn or Taurus. But and he has some weapons in the hand, and he has a bowl of fruit. You know what I'm saying? Which I take as abundance. So maybe he's Taurus, but pleasures and things like that. Anyways, it's number six. Has to do with family and home. Uh, so let's see what he has for us. Oh, look, Six of Earth. There you go. So I was right about that. Um, that's just picking up on the clues of the card. Um, I didn't know about this before. So, first time flipping to it, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Family, community. There you go. Community, like I just said. All right, so family, community, providence, protection, dependability, responsibility, duty, service, self sacrifice, martyrdom. Responsibility, key phrases: responsibility and duty to family, give love, care, and support, lead by example, a time of sharing, learn about nature, important matters need attention, protect the animals, forests, and oceans, help for the right reasons. Meaning, The Six of Earth the Six of Earth reminds us of our responsibility and duty to our family, especially the younger members. It asks us to be selfless and in service to those who are in need or dependent on us for love, care, and support. Now, one, like I said in the part one, family means servitude. All right, that's the etymology of the word. Um, Now you have to be careful about toxic family members and that sort of thing, because loyalty has its limits, and you know this is alluding to taking care of the family or staying loyal to them. But another part of the title of this video, when I said it's not your fault, right? We talked about not allowing certain things to continue just because you were raised like that. Okay, just because your grandparents told you and told your parents that was the way to be, and then they brought you up like that. That's not always um, the best option or the best route for you. Okay. So this is about you and you being in alignment. So not just the video I put up earlier, but right after that, you'll see on the community tab that I came across a video talking about the 9 reasons of dis-ease. Okay. And one of the first things is the lack of spiritual connection or being in alignment. So, there's a lot of validity to the messages coming in today. All right. The video, it wasn't by me, but the video that I came across in between recording my own and things, I think it was an 11-year-old video. So the fact that it came up today, you know what I'm saying, especially February 11th, but the fact that it came up shows that these are real messages coming through. Somebody really needs these today. So, all right, let's get back to it. Six of Earth, meaning, um, All right. So if you have children, it is your responsibility to provide them with a home that is safe and free from potential harm. It is your duty to provide for their physical and emotional needs, love and shelter them. As a parent, it is your responsibility to set a good example, to be a role model to those around you. Educate them, treat them to be truthful, respectful, and to do unto others as they would have others do unto them. Teach them about life outside the home, of nature, of the world they dwell on, and their role as custodians and caretakers of this blue green planet. Teach by word and deed, lead by example. I was just about to say that because uh, I was deeming it also as like your inner child, like you guiding you through these processes of life, and just as you would a child, to teach them to nurture and growth and be whole human beings, right? Like I talked about watching the parent test and stuff earlier, but um, or in a couple of these videos, but either way, like raising whole, emotionally mature or stable human beings, right? There's a lot of again, just disalignment. There's a lot of fragmented people and egos out there in the world today. So, um, anyways, yeah, so leading by example. And it says, if you have no children, the Six of Earth comes to remind you that it is your responsibility to both humanity and Gaia to become the best person you can be. Help where and when you can in your local community. Teach and share your knowledge whenever possible. Lead by example and be responsible for your words and deeds within the broader community. Look out into the world and understand that we share this planet and its resources, and each of us needs to do what we can to protect the animals, forests, and oceans. All of us have a duty of care to both family and the environment. While the Six of Earth represents responsibility and care and duty of care, overall it can also signify that there is a matter that needs to be taken care of in the present. If this is the case, do not forget, do not delay. Okay? Um there was potential blockage, but we didn't pull this out reversed. I don't know. Something's telling me to go ahead and read it, so I'm gonna read it. But yeah. So once again, it's the card, and again, I mean, this is the perfect example. This is like being shackled to your previous life or the things you were taught, other people's virtues, things like that, and being holding yourself back to an extent too. Not being authentic and showing your true, genuine self, which is holding you back and holding your community back. It's like I told you, when you start to be prosperous, or when you start to hit abundance, and when you start to be in alignment, it starts to happen for those around you. You'll see it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, let's get back to this. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Potential blockages. All right. The reverse Six of Earth asks if you have asks if you have a habit of volunteering your services only to lament your situation to garner praise or sympathy. Do you perform a task somebody else is responsible for without being asked, only to feel the need to tell everyone around you how difficult or inconvenient it was and how much trouble you went to for no thanks? When this card appears reversed, it speaks of martyrdom and those who take a service role in order to help others but play the victim while doing so. They choose to suffer for their cause and use it to garner sympathy from others. If this could describe you, then the shadow, Six of Earth, symbolizes the need to remind yourself that you are not in service for personal gain or reward, but to give and provide support to others. Help others for the right reasons and not for selfish ones. So, you know, that message is uh, asking to be read. So there you go. Um, I like this one too. Let's see where else we at. I'm gonna read the orange belly parrot from our animal Oracle guidebook. So that was our Gaia Tarot. We got some more cards from there too. We kind of going back and forth a little bit. Let's see what this is called again. Oh yeah, I was just writing about air energy yesterday, and now is that air energy? It might be. Oh, never mind. Oh wait, shit. I thought I just saw it. Oh yeah, it's number 36, right? Okay. Where did they put it under? Oh, they put it under fire, baby. All right, so fire. In the name of the fire, the flame, and the light, praise the pure presence of fire that burns from within, without thought of time. In the name of the fire, the flame, and the light, praise the pure essence of fire that burns from within, without thought of time. Yeah, sit with that. That's by John O'Donohue. All right, number 36, orange bellied parrot. All right. Radiance, expression, communication, acceleration. Winged one of the sun, traveler by night, astral projection, or just deep trance and meditation. Yo, speaking of shaman on screen, that was pretty tight. All right, back to sorry. Winged one of the sun, traveler by night, inner knowing and devotion, colors shining bright, master of magic drawn from above, bringer of secrets, expressions of love. I am parrot. In the Chinese art of feng shui, parrots symbolize positive energy, good fortune, and the balanced expression of the five feng shui elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. The Hopi people honored the parrot clan of the South as a symbol of pure abundance. To other Native American tribes, parrots, Hopi people, I think. Either way, to other Native American tribes, parrots, with their boisterous communication and stealth dynamic flight, were embraced as messengers of prayers, bringer of blessings to help guide the way. The the orange-bellied parrot is native to the Australian bird tribe and one of the only long-distance migrators of its kind in the world. Traveling in pairs and small family groups, orange-bellied parrots journey only at night, making their way along the shores of Tasmania and across the Great Bass Strait to Victoria and South Australia for the winter months. While parrots can be masters of imitation, they each have a distinct voice and call that is their own. They mate for life and build long term homes in the hollow trunks and branches of eucalyptus, or eucalypts, is actually what it says. The message: when Parrot flies into your world, he brings a burst of fresh energy and the gift of acceleration to your path. Just as Parrot flies through the trees at great speed, angling his body to maintain acceleration while narrowly missing branches, he calls you now to trust the energy rising within and to be ready to leap forward with dynamic and radiant expression. Some planning may be needed, but don't get caught up on the details. Like we talked about earlier, you know what I'm saying? It was talking about being cognizant of your decisions even when you're being spontaneous. But I was saying don't get trapped in that cycle of overthinking anyway. Yo, shouts out to the master number 44, despite your time zone. Uh, it says it's 1:34 now. So, anyways, where are we at? Some planning may be needed, but don't get caught up on the details. Movement creates energy and new possibility. The path will reveal itself as you take steps, and it's often easier to see what needs to be navigated once you are in motion. Like a rainbow in motion, your light will learn to bend. As part of opening the channels of your full expression, Orange Bellied Parrot calls you to communicate openly, honestly, and clearly with others. Be playful and expressive. Let humor open spaces for new levels of connection. Take time to elevate your mastery of the art of listening to others and to yourself. If you're not sure whether you understand what another has said, repeat their words back to them. Validate their expression and allow them to know that they have been heard. Ask for the same in return. When orange bellied parrot leaves the shores of its summer homeland on winter migration, it trusts the spirit of adventure and it brings all of its beauty with it. As you step out into the world, bring yourself with you in full color. As you step out into the world, bring yourself with you in full color. This is not a time to hold back. You are only one, but your gifts are bright and many. Release the pace of the path. Release the pace of the past. Take a breath. This is your time to fly. All right? Again, releasing the past. We've talked about this a lot today. I am an expression of God's light and color. I move with the swiftness of angels. I radiate who I am in all that I do. I am the rainbow bridge with wings. All right? Powerful messages coming through. This one doesn't even have the, reversal type of shit. Oh, yeah, it is an oracle. Forgot. Oh, baby. It's crazy what's happening on the screen. Yo, wall of hope. What did somebody say earlier? Um, oh shit, there goes a butterfly. Somebody said earlier, and that eye looked like a soul. Nice wars. Man, what did they say earlier? I don't remember. Something about hope. Hope was God's plan, or like fate was what you wanted, but hope is from the divine, or something like that. I don't really know. I don't remember. I like this. Surreal or abstract? I'm gonna go with that. Oh, that's tight. I love that. I love that. If you could tell, I haven't been through some of this art. So, what progress and sounds continue something in mankind? What? Man, I feel restless. Like I need to be outside. Maybe I'll continue this live stream from outside. No, I guess I'll finish it now. I'll finish it now. Um, who don't? I do. The woman that I'll hold has to have soul. No, he's tripping. He said you don't need a woman with class, with a whole lot of class. He's tripping. He said he needs a woman with soul. Like he said he don't need a Cadillac car and all of that. He needs a woman with soul. Then he said he doesn't need a woman with a whole lot of class. And he lost me at that. He lost me at that, brother. All right, let's see. This lady is blindfolded underneath an umbrella, and now she's drowning in a wine glass. What the fuck? That's a trippy graphic. Oh, yeah. I know, yo, like my energy completely changed from earlier, but it's all good. Um, it's all good. Everything's supposed to happen how it's supposed to, you know? Oh, I love that. Let's see what this crayfish got for us, man. Oh no, let me read the love first. This song talking about a love song anyway. Like we said, this is like the purest representation of love, okay? Like this is what the purity of love, the whole universe's love would look like. You know what I'm saying? It's not the destruction and chaos caused within your life, both by you not knowing your value and the people who took advantage or manipulated or, unfortunately tried to abuse you or guilt trip you and things like that. That's not love. Okay. So when you hear the word, a lot of people get triggered, but you got to understand we're talking about the universal, purest form of love, just pure love essence. We're not talking about the specific situations that um, tore a lot of us apart. And that's another life lesson is relearning how to love after some shit like that, which is why I talked about you could share your story with others, you know what I'm saying, and share your authenticity. You just heard two different cards where I read something along those lines. Or you can continue to eat yourself up. You understand? Like you're destroying you from within by holding all of that guilt and that trauma in. All right. I'm very familiar with that. All right, so love is number 12. So we got the number 12 again. Number 3, which is again, we're talking about the Trinity, but the spirit within you working through your Christ consciousness. You understand? Like the creator within you using your spirit, your higher self to work within your Christ consciousness. All right. You don't have to have everything with the religious context. Like really understand where things come from and where they started. So we're talking about the the pure presence, you know, or even the damn, I just lost the word for it. Man, it's so fucking beautiful out here in these clouds and shit. I think I'm gonna go live outside. Maybe. I don't know. Let me see how windy it is. Oh boy. My sleep has been so jacked up early. I mean, this week. It don't matter how much I sleep, how much coffee you drink. It sucks being in between. Your eyes burn and everything 'cause you're tired, but then like you can't sleep. So it is what it is. All right, love, yo. I don't know. I just wanted to take a moment to pause. You know, maybe we all need those moments. Feel like I'm rushing through this. Yo, that was 44:11, baby. So that's confirmation for me. That's confirmation. Um, I don't know. It feels. I don't know. Everybody, just take a moment. Look at the clouds outside, if there are any, or you can see them in my glasses. Boom. All right. So now we looking at the same shit from a different perspective. That's what this is all about. Changing your perspective, knowing what love is all about. I should have done this earlier. So because I have something playing on the screen, I hope it wasn't trying to take that audio and then y'all can't hear me. Oh shit, that's beautiful ass art right there. Okay? It's not your fault. Test, test. All right, cool. Um Man, where'd everybody go? I guess everybody's at work now. I forgot. Oh no, today's Saturday. Oh, maybe I don't want to go outside in nature. Be so many fucking people. Whatever. Maybe not where I want to go, but typically there's gonna be a lot of people, extra people. All right. So love, yo, love, infatuation, love for self. confidence, love for life, expansion. Key phrases: experience love in all its forms. Love is multifaceted. Your love will shape you or break you. A past love re enters your life. A love that deserves a second chance. Is it love or infatuation? How do you feel about yourself? Ooh, now that's a good question. Okay, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Honor your body as a temple. That's another thing too, you know. Everybody talks about sexually transmitted diseases. Not a lot of people talk about sexually transmitted entities, right? So there's some real life shit that comes along with it, with sharing your body. Because yo, why is my live not showing up? Anyways, sorry. Because it's not just, the physical act. You're sharing the highest version of your spiritual and higher self with another person, and you don't even know if they take spiritual baths. Like, the fuck are you doing? How are you having sex with someone who doesn't even take spiritual baths? And how many people have they had sex with? You understand? Sexual transmitted entities and succubus and incubi are some real shit. You fuck with the wrong person, you will start to feel your vibration change. Okay. This also happens if you don't know your or don't honor your worth, and you're dating down or dating people that you know are kind of not on your vibration, right? So you're really doing yourself a disservice. Um, and in those cases, in those instances, sometimes sex can be overrated just off of the fact that um, they're not the interaction is not benefiting you or helping you elevate in any type of way, yet you are dangerously playing with your, mixing your aura and allowing this person into your vibrational field. And I mean, it really can genuinely fuck up your life. You have to be careful of who you're messing with, seriously. I know people don't want to talk about that. It's not the popular thing. Like, there was just this trailer for a brand new um show coming up, you know, being all sex positive and running around the world and teaching people whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but the point is that um this is the opposite. This is like, levels of discipline to the shit, and not everybody's meant for that uh type of commitment to themselves. This is beyond you and another person. And if you're feeling lonely or horny or whatever, like, you should be able to turn to you in those moments instead of um, other people. Excuse me for a moment. This is a business notification. Oh man, I think I already have a lot of these things. Um apologies because this is business too. To me, this is more important is these types of videos, but um they work in tandem. So anyways, back to what we're talking about, right? So other key phrases: honor your body as a temple, stop making comparisons, make time to love and nurture yourself. All right. Love and enjoy your uniqueness. That's a huge one. We talked about authenticity and being genuine, right? Um, do what makes your heart sing. Open your heart to new loves. So especially those last two. Again, you got to watch part one of this video. It's only like an hour. That's a basic podcast episode, or you could watch that while you are cooking dinner or driving or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, maybe not driving because there's some stuff that I show you, but the point is that it's all about joy, man, and doing what makes you happy. So when I said earlier in the other uh show, you know, about, hold on, Frank Sinatra is kind of distracting me. When I said in the other show about, you know, fuck other people's bullshit, like you got to do what's right for you, not what their expectations are telling you to do or their guilt trips or any of that shit. Okay. And people trying to tell you that they know you better than you know you, that's not true. Okay. It's not true. If it is true for you right now, then you are very, very, very out of alignment. And that goes back to self worth and confidence and knowing who you are. So, one of the practical steps we talked about earlier is, you know, understanding your values, making a top 10 list, narrowing it down to five. We talked about, you know, like it could be achievement, gratitude, um, shit. What was the list? It could be a lot of different things. It's not the typical values. Oh, here we go. Fairness, faith, fame, family, fearless, fidelity, fitness, you know, freedom, friendship, forgiveness, empathy, dedication, communication, commitment, comfort, cleanliness, challenge. Okay. You have a value of challenge. So it's really about finding what you value here in this lifetime right now. You know what I mean? And living your life in accordance with those values. Because at the end of the day, you understand, we're talking about your values being at top of the mountain, and everything that you do on the way up, everything in your life should be surrounding that. So if honesty is one of your values, then you can't go around telling white lies. You understand? Not saying you got to be perfect all the time, but you definitely should be in harmony with your alignments and shit, your desires. um, Man, that trumpet distracted me for a moment because there's this like commercial running around with this melody to it. All right, let's get back to what we're doing. So, meaning, the fourth reason for being is to experience love in all of its forms, from codependent and need based love to big, unconditional, universal love, and to understand that love comes in many different forms and guises. There is the innocent, trusting love that a child has for a parent, and the unconditional love a parent has for a child. There is the love one. There is the love one has for self and the love one has for others. There is the love we feel when we do the things we love, and the love we feel when others appreciate what we do. There is our love for family, love for community, love for nature, love for the gods we choose to worship, whether those gods be born of science or religion or the humans we choose to idolize. There is sexual love, platonic love, playful, affectionate love, selfless love, crazy love, and more. We are here to learn that love is as multifaceted as we are, and that love is neither intrinsically good nor bad. Love is a cosmic force that will shape us or break us, depending on how we choose to experience it. And just as we have a choice in what we experience, we have a choice in how we perceive and experience love. Now, again, this book has different, the specific outline or the specific spread, but I'm going to go ahead and read it, okay? So, we have the past, the future, or we have the past, the present, and the future. So I'm gonna read those and potential blockage. Okay. Um, when this card came out, we didn't get it in the reverse, but I'm still gonna read the potential blockage because somebody could use it. So it's better to be educated about shit. All right. So yeah, let me grab a little sip of water right here. Oh. Just like a supernova. Guiding like Noah. Guiding light. Guiding light like Noah. Oh. Stop stealing my bars, man. That's the bad thing about posting art and shit publicly is motherfuckers want to come steal your shit after you worked hard on it. But it is what it is. There's only so much you can do. I feel like these levels are really low, but I guess on the YouTube video, they're not. Water turning into fire. Tell me your true desire. Okay. Let's get into it. The past. Oh shit, I just got water all over this book. Yeah, pouring out tears. No. All right. When the love card appears in the past position, it is addressing a past love that still has influence upon your present. Oh shit. A past love is about to re enter your life, and you will need to explore your feelings. Are you holding on to a love that has served its purpose? Or is this one of those loves that deserves a second chance because it ended for all the wrong reasons? Are you coming to a place of realization that you could have made a mistake and walked away too soon? Just be sure that nostalgia does not have you in its grip. Relationships end for good reason, and sometimes when we look back to the past, we remember only those things that made the relationship feel sacred and passionate, instead of remembering the reasons it ended. If the relationship is to be rekindled, be sure the foundations are solid and not built on quicksand. Oh shit. um Remember also that the love card is not just about a past relationship with another person. Sometimes, more importantly, the past love is an interest or idea that we have walked away from because we were afraid to take a chance. If you are finding yourself drawn to such an idea once more, decide whether you are willing to commit to that interest in the same way that you would commit to a person. Are you willing to invest time and passion in nurturing a relationship? Or will you soon lose interest in the same way or for the same reasons you walked away the first time? Decide whether it is a truly Decide whether it is truly a love or just an infatuation. Is it worth an emotional, mental, or physical investment? Or are you just wasting your time? The last thing you want the last thing you want is to prevent a new love from finding a place in your heart because you are holding on to a past love that no longer serves. Yo, again, that's something we talked about in part 1. So, um we here reading and shuffling shit live, but you can go back if you want to see the exact moment I flipped that card, okay? Like I said, there's some controversy running around or some shit. I don't know. This is me sharing my gift, all right? All natural. I'm intuitive, so I pick up on the shit, and then one or two sentences later, I might read it just because that's how it's been happening today. Well, it happens like that a lot, but especially today, it's how it's been. These people are dancing within the light, man. All different types of light. So, again, speaking to what we talking about. All right, so now the present. Right, so that was the past, right? The last thing you want to do is prevent a new love from finding a place in your heart because you are holding on to a past love that no longer serves. The present, when the love card appears in the present position, it speaks of the important role self love plays in our day to day lives. How you feel about yourself in the present will shape your relationships with both yourself and others. It can either motivate or prevent you from following your dreams and nurturing your passions. It will influence all that you endeavor. It will influence all that you endeavor. The presence of the love card in this position asks, how do you feel about yourself? When you look in the mirror, do you look like the person staring back at you? Or do your eyes slide away as quickly as possible? What are the words that whisper in your mind as your eyes meet, if they meet at all? If you cannot look yourself in the eyes and like what you see, do you then seek what you cannot give to yourself from others? Do you try to hide your own lack of self? Do you try to hide your own lack of love for self by being loving and nurturing to others? If so, why do you feel unworthy when you are the most worthy person of them all? Have you allowed society and the media to instill a belief that you are ugly simply because your appearance does not fit with their unnatural and often manipulated idea of what beauty is? The love card asks that you see that you are a divine and beautiful being, a living artwork that tells a unique and amazing story. To love yourself is not narcissism or an act of conceit. It is love, and with this love comes the confidence to push aside unreasonable fears and doubts, and the ability to silence the negative self talk that tells you that you must not, cannot, should not, simply because you are afraid or believe yourself unworthy. Again, earlier we were talking about the things you deserve, all right? Punishing yourself because you feel like you don't deserve some shit or because of something from your past. We talked about people pleasing and dimming your light because of society. And like I said, I mean, the title of the first video, you know, fuck people and their bullshit or fuck their bullshit, whatever I had named it. Okay. That's all relevant to this. So, but back to this now, right? This is a continuation. So this part two. So let's get back to what this says. Uh, to work with this energy of self love, take a moment to write a list of all that you like about yourself, all that is working for you. Take pride in what's working for you. Nurture and expand. Make time to do the things that you enjoy and that make you feel good about yourself. Honor your body as the temple it is. It does not matter what size or shape you are, whether you are overweight, muscular, or somewhere in between. Give your body whole and natural foods. Yo, that other video that I told you I shared about the on the community tab about the 9 causes of dis-ease, right? It popped up this morning, but it's from like 11 years ago. Anyways, that was one of the a major theme within that is the foods that we eat, what you put into your body. Um, as you can see from some of my videos from I don't know 5, 6, 8, 9 months ago till now, I did put a lot of stuff on here private, but anyways, if you could see from my previous videos, the change within me, and one of those things is what you eat. And again, I mean, you can't out train a bad diet. So at the end of the day, it's not just about weight or aesthetics, but there is validity to feeling less lethargic or a little bit lighter in things when you eat things that are obviously less processed. And you're talking about dis-ease in the body. A lot of these processed foods and things cause a lot of that shit. So um if you've been thinking about, it's probably been on your mind, but if you've been thinking about it, you know if you're on the right frequency, a lot of this earth is on that track, of cleaning up the foods that we eat, especially when it comes to these GMOs and shit, right? So anyways, you can see right here on the screen some of this art that I had designed and the strength in this man's face, okay? Standing strong within your power. Um, let's see what else we got on here. Wait. Boom. All right. Yeah, this one too. I like this one. I like this one. I combine different elements, so I like to see different renditions. Anyways, all right, check it. And also, this book, it talks about your love of self is not narcissism. Like, that's important because I remember Googling self love some years ago, and the first thing that popped up was narcissism. Like, all up and through Google was narcissism. Like, people talk about you can't love nobody till you love yourself, can't love nobody till you love yourself, but then they don't tell you what the hell self love looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time somebody actually told you what it looks like? So, you know, those words had changed my life at 25. This counselor just so basically and innocently said, it's about being kind and gentle with yourself. And that absolutely changed my life. It seems so simple, but it made all the difference. So, uh, I've said it a couple times on here, but in case you knew, I'm gonna, re-announce it. It's crazy because the first hour of this felt like 15 minutes, and now it feels slow as shit. So, anyways, let me get back to what we're talking about. Um, yeah, I gotta go on these caveats because you know what I'm saying. I got shit to add too. Spirit working through me, but I still got experiences here in the 3D. So it feels weird even saying that. I don't spend a lot of time in the 3D anyway, but um yeah, let's get back to it. Um yeah, to work with this energy of self-love, take a moment to write a list of all that you like about yourself, all that is working for you. Take pride in what's working for you. Nurture and expand. Make time to do the things that you enjoy and that make you feel good about yourself. Honor your body as the temple it is. It does not matter what size or shape you are, whether you are overweight, muscular, or somewhere in between. Give your body whole and natural foods. Make time every day to move, breathe, focus your breathing, expand your lungs, filling them with life giving oxygen, prana, life force. You understand? We do a lot of shallow breathing uh, in the Western world. So inhale for 6, and you exhale for 9. Giving you some extra time in case it's your first time. All right. Inhale for 6, exhale for 9. It'll make a major difference. You could do that starting out for like 2 minutes or something. But eventually you'll begin to take deeper breaths, which will help you tremendously. All right. So now, right, expand your lungs, filling them with life giving oxygen. Remember, we are all unique, so there is never a need to compare yourself to others or to measure your worth by your perception of others. We are all different. We are not meant to be the same. While the media presents an ideal of what is beautiful, more often than not, that ideal is not reality. It is manipulated and false. But you are real. Love that you are real. Enjoy that you are real. When the love card appears in the present, you are being asked to make the time to love yourself every day. Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Know that you are divine and that you are not only worthy of love, but are loved. So all that was also on page 83, which is number 11. All right, that's intuition, um, and being in alignment, really. All right, so now we got the future for this love card, and then we got the potential blockage. Okay, so boom. When the love card appears in the future position, it represents new love, a growing love or infatuation that is to come. The future position is all about opportunity and potential. In this case, it alerts you to a new possibility for love so that you can prepare yourself to meet that potential with open heart, mind, and arms. The love card here also may refer to a time of expansion, of doing new things, going new places, meeting new people, and learning new lessons. It could be one thing, it could be many, but all are embraced with a new love for life itself. Along with this may also be a time of endings, of pain no longer felt, of sorrows past, of mourning ended. It is a moment of deep, abiding love and appreciation that will see you blossom and grow, and it is a future that can arrive in a heartbeat. It is that day when you wake up and greet the world with a smile, knowing that life has begun. Yo, no bullshit. Right before this, there was a Frank Sinatra song. I'd randomly put on Frank Sinatra today, and there was a Frank Sinatra song that I was going to share with y'all. Matter of fact, I took a screenshot of it. All right. This was at what time was this shit? This was wait, where are the details? 12:27. So about 2 hours ago, and that was a 1:11:01 just now. But anyways, about 2 hours ago, I took this picture, and it's called "When You're Smiling" by Frank Sinatra. Okay, so meaning, um, oh shit, and I paused it right at 19 seconds. Damn, baby, spirit coming through. Um, it's basically, you know what I'm saying, when you're smiling at the world's smiling back at you. When you're walking around miserable, that's likely how you see the world too. So, um, I mean, all these messages tie in together, but I think I'll let me go ahead and post the song now, just so y'all can all see, because obviously it's important today. And matter of fact, Frank Sinatra is singing right now in the background too. Um, Let me crop this so that on YouTube you'll be able to see it nicely. Boom. Save. I mean, let all of that sink in. You know what I'm saying? We getting back to the reading in a minute. We're finishing up this card, but all of these things, like these, take a moment. You understand? This is not one of those you hear what the fuck you want to hear on a tarot reading, and then now your life is all figured out. This is some real stuff to take into account, to meditate on, to expand on. All right. Active recovery, meaning writing the shit like active. You feel me? Um, Let me see where I had the shit. This one, Spotify. Message in video reference, comma, message for today. All right, boom. So now we'll have this shit on the community tab, and y'all can see that I'm not completely crazy. But genuinely, it fits what we're referring to. You know, if you wake up and greet the world with a smile, or the day that you wake up and greet it with a smile, knowing that your life has begun, you know, it's a moment of deep, abiding love and appreciation that will blossom and grow. And it is a heartbeat that can arrive, it is a future that can arrive in a heartbeat. All right. So, um, going back to a lot of what we're talking about, potential blockage. All right. Something to look out for when we're talking about all of this. That was a different style I was trying. I didn't really like some of those. Is that a fucking cat again? I think those are people. I actually do kind of like this little weird looking thing. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. Uh, Shit, what do we call this? Animals? Abstract. It got butterflies in the back. Boom. See what I'm talking about? All right, check it. One of the most difficult things to do is remove a person from your heart. To let go of love when it no longer serves us is sometimes easier said than done. But there comes a time when it is necessary to release the dreams and fantasies about what was and accept the reality of what is. If a relationship is over, yet you still hold on to what is not meant to be. You risk closing yourself off to new relationships. The right one may be there in front of you, but you cannot see it because your heart and head are full of thoughts of the wrong one. When the love card appears reversed, it may be suggesting that it is time to say goodbye. However, it may also be a time to say goodbye to the negative speak that goes on in your mind. If this is the message for you, say goodbye to that voice. Tell it to hush. Tell it that you are breaking up with it and that you are no longer listening. While there might be times when that voice is your conscience guiding you, if the love card appears reversed, it signifies that in this circumstance, it is a petty little voice that needs to be ignored because it is merely fear preventing you from doing what you know will make you happy. Damn, bro. You see, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. That's exactly what we were talking about. And that ended on page 84, which is 12, and this card is 12, okay? Like, not only is it knowing your self-worth and not taking anything less than you deserve, but that last part, we had touched on that earlier. Not just like, yeah, the difficulty of breaking away from relationships, but we had talked about the practical steps of stopping the negative self-talk as one of the solutions to all of this mess. So again, this shit is genuine. You feel me? Um, the last two cards are the hero and the crayfish. I might pull one other one, but um, I don't know. This kind of getting long. I want to go outside, but I don't know. This is important. There's a lot of messages coming through today, um, and they all related. You feel me? So let me read the hero first, and then we'll switch to the oracle of the animal oracle. There go a leopard, panthera right there. Panthera. Oh boy, I just cannot get my sleep under control right now. Man, where's this card at? It don't want to be found. Let's see. I'm in love. That's what the man's singing about. Oh, I think this is a 12 of air. Or is that fire? No, I think this is 12 of air. No, never mind. Damn, y'all. No, it's fire. It looks like fire. It must be. Shit, hiding like a motherfucker. Hiding. All right, here you go. This is the card. 12 of fire, the hero. Keywords: guardian, protector, savior, activist, honorable, integral, selfless, honest. Some great values we talking about earlier, you feel me? Knowing your values. All right. Key phrases: a person of noble qualities, ordinary people who do extraordinary acts, a person who lies cannot be trusted, put another's well-being before your own at this time, accord others with respect and dignity, avoid gossip, an opportunity for redemption, give a second chance, altruism or wounded ego. Man, this directly ties to some of the things we just read in that last thing. And we got a bear on here too. If I remember, I'll read about the bear. We've had the butterfly and the snake. We've gone over that. Um, I'll get into that bear in a minute. If it's meant to be. All right, meaning the hero represents someone we all admire for their noble qualities, their courage and willingness to champion and rescue the weak and vulnerable. In the past, the hero would ride in and save a village from thieves and villains, rescue damsels in distress, and battle against injustice. In the present, they are doctors who work to save lives in lands ravaged by war and disease. They are environmentalists who place themselves in harm's way in order to save the forests, the oceans, and the animals that dwell within. Yo, pause. We talked about that earlier about now being the time to help save oceans and things like that. So clearly, it's popping up for a reason. The animals and the ocean and this planet. So, anyways, they are the soldiers, the firemen, the paramedics, and police. All of them ordinary people who serve and protect, and often put their own lives at risk in order to save the lives of others. I know some of you are triggered by the police, understandably. However, if you've ever sat here and listened to a police scanner, there's a hell of a lot that goes on consistently, like nonstop, that is being handled and taken care of, that you don't see. You know what I mean? So like if your family was in trouble right now, if you and your 2-year-old nephew or child got trapped in a car right now and needed the jaws of life to help you out, or somebody did a hit and run on your son, which is how my friend died, or just some of the crazy ass calls that you hear on the police scanner. It's a free app you can download, but the point is, like, as evil as those with unchecked power are, there are times where, at the end of the day, you need emergency services. And if the resources were not available to them, then the help you need would not be available to you. Right? So, um, anyways, we're not, this is not about getting all political and debating and shit, because we know, like, how the police force was started, right? Was to keep people in check. But there is something to say about the constant just back to back to back to back to back calls that go on all damn day. Imagine if you were a 911 dispatcher, right? Um, the fact is, like, people have had to put 911 have to put people on hold. Okay, so just imagine if you were in that position and you needed help, you would be begging for the police at that point. Um, so definitely there are extensive changes or implementations, policies that need to be made and enforced. However, don't forget that these emergency services are necessary. And if it was your family, you would want them to be there. So this is the part of walking the middle path and understanding both sides of things without allowing uh, emotions or biases to dictate all of your thinking. Okay, it's okay, of course, to have passionate emotion about things too, but also understand the full implications of both sides. And that actually was one of the things that popped up in the last reading is, you know, evaluating basically like a pros and cons list that came up in the TV show too. So just evaluating things from that type of aspect and understanding the true implications on both sides of things. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it, by the way. Radical acceptance is just accepting things as they are. So, like we said, instead of fantasizing um, or getting caught in the fantasy, because of course you can envision things and help change society or your community. But many of us, we romanticize or get caught in the fantasy and forget to deal in reality and what's the factual things going down. So, um, yeah. All right. I don't know. They mentioned police, so I just felt like I had to, elaborate a little bit. Um, right. So paramedics, firemen, soldiers, police, environmentalists, doctors, all of them ordinary people who serve and protect and often put their own lives at risk in order to save the lives of others. The hero could be the mother who jumps out of a burning building in order to save her child's life, the man who dives in front of a car in order to knock another person out of the way, or the man who risks drowning himself to rescue another from rushing floodwaters. In modern times, the hero, and by the way, we talked about earlier the person on screen that was like drowning in that it was a wine glass, but still they were drowning. And for some reason, I was singing about Noah at the beginning of this, or freestyling, mentioning him, or whatever. So, right. In modern times, the hero is a guardian, protector, savior, activist, environmentalist, and so much more. They serve without question. They serve for little or no reward. Going back to what we talked about, people doing the stuff because they want the recognition or they want the shout out for doing it, right? Like, throwback of the left hand should not know what the right hand is doing. So you don't need to walk around with a fucking film crew to show that you're donating. You know what I'm saying? If that was really genuinely in your heart, you would just do it. You wouldn't need some like publicity off of that shit. Okay. Um anyways, they serve without question. They serve for little or no reward. They serve simply because it is the right and honorable thing to do. They are ordinary people who perform extraordinary feats. In the past, the hero was often said to be fated to do this good deed. In the present, modern day heroes make a choice to serve. But there is also a modern day chivalric code, like chivalric code that can, if we can choose to live by, if we all choose to live by it, sorry, if we all choose to live by it, make heroes of us all, because we consciously choose to live by an honor code in a time when honor is often lacking. Those who live by the code are honest. A person who lies is a person who cannot be trusted. And if a person cannot be trusted, how can they be esteemed? As reading that too reminds me of what we talked about two videos ago about, like, I think it was 8 days ago or some shit like that, where you're breaking the trust within yourself. And when you break the trust within yourself, you begin to lack self-esteem. You don't trust your direction, because how the hell can you trust yourself when you constantly break promises to you? You keep saying you're going to start on this and do that and do this and do that, and then you never do. So how the hell could you trust you? Right? So that goes back to that as well. So again, a person who lies is a person who cannot be trusted. And if a person cannot be trusted, how can they be esteemed? Those who live by the code are loyal, and that loyalty will not waver even in times when it may not be deserved. They are courteous and respectful. The modern day hero who lives by the code knows that all lasting relationships are built upon foundations of honesty, trust, respect, and loyalty. They are men who honor and respect women, not because they deem them to be weak, but because they are partners, helpmates, life bringers, and nurturers. He is there to protect the one who nurtures. To harm a woman, or worse, a child, is the worst crime he can commit. They are women who honor and respect men, not because they are subservient, but because they are equals, helpmates, providers, and protectors. She is the one who nurtures. To seek to make him less or like her is to go against nature itself. Isn't that important? They are just, and they will fight for justice, even when law and justice are in conflict. Those who live by the hero's code will fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves, even if that means breaking the laws of the land. They do not delight in the pain and suffering of others. They refuse to partake in gossip or rumors, because to do so is to hurt oneself as much as it is to hurt another. Modern day heroes believe in love, commitment, honor, justice, integrity, forgiveness, honesty, respect, and service. These are the core values that inspire them to serve the greater good and to act in a selfless manner. They strive to be the very best they can be for the good of humanity, but remain humble because they do not act in order to gain favor or standing. They also understand that no one is perfect. They are not perfect. They have made mistakes and will make more mistakes. That is why they will also show mercy and give others a second chance and the opportunity to find redemption. When the hero appears in your reading, you are being asked to embrace the code, to act selflessly for the greater good. It is time to be the best person you can be, to resist pettiness and behavior that makes you less than you could be. We cannot all perform heroic feats, nor are we all meant to. However, we can choose to hold ourselves to a higher standard and treat all those we meet with dignity, kindness, and compassion. There's a lot to unpack in that. A lot to unpack in that. Um, I'm gonna just let that one breathe. You know, I'm not gonna rehash some of the things like I said in the last reading and the maybe even the one before that, but you could hear, some of the takes on loyalty, perfectionism, all these different kinds of things. Um, but we let that one rest. They let you, think about that, contemplate that. The last thing to touch on this is the potential blockage, right? Um, Maybe I don't need to read that. No, I'm gonna go ahead. All right. When the hero appears reversed, he represents a need to perform good deeds in order to increase one's self esteem or worth in the eyes of others. He can be described as a wounded hero, one who needs to be told that he is good by others. Sometimes it is because he cannot see the good within himself, and sometimes it is because he craves the attention. It feeds an emptiness or lack within. Whether his low self opinion is born of past mistakes that caused others pain or harm, or it is born of mistreatment and wounds inflicted upon him by others, the hero reverse is often weighed down by feelings of blame, guilt, shame, and fear. And the only way he thinks he can assuage those feelings is by performing deeds that earn him praise and glory. When others value him, he can pretend. He can once more value himself. Unfortunately, until the hero can forgive himself or those who hurt him, he will not find peace. He is doomed to go on one quest of salvation after the next. The hero reverse comes to ask you to look to your reasons for helping others. Are your actions inspired by love and compassion or shame and guilt? Are you helping others because you genuinely want to help? Or are you helping others because helping them and earning their praise and gratitude makes you think better of yourself? It could be said that if the outcome, helping someone in need, is the same, regardless of the motivation, then it matters not. It could be said that if the outcome, helping someone in need, is the same, regardless of the motivation, then it matters not. It is, however, not a question of changing the outcome, but in allowing the wounded hero within to make peace with the past. Have you embraced behavior that is less than honorable? Caused hurt to another because you may have lied or deceived them? Have you ever been disloyal or unfaithful? Have you hurt someone innocent and now move through life with feelings of regret or remorse weighing you down? We all have moments when our behavior and actions have been questionable. We have all disappointed others. We have all done wrong. Guilt, shame, and self loathing are the tools with which we punish ourselves. They are not the tools of a hero, but instead the tools of a jailer or torturer. Like we said earlier, hell is a mental space, right? Going over and over and over and over the guilt and punishing yourself. That's what we discussed extensively in the last video. I know I keep bringing it up, but these are the messages, right? So the hero reverse comes to tell you that it is time to put those tools aside and to rescue yourself. Only your acceptance and forgiveness will set you free. Only your acceptance and forgiveness will set you free. Forgive your past. Be merciful and embody the compassion of the hero you strive to be. So, again, to the title of this video, it is not your fault in the sense of you did the best you could do with the information you had at the time. It's really easy to look back at the at previous books that were written or situations that you were in. And again, at the end of the day, all you can do is do better. If that same challenge comes around now and you claim that you're so much better, you're so much different, then you won't react in the same way now. Okay, so to keep punishing yourself because of something you did in the past or how you reacted then has nothing to do with the person you are now. But many people continue to punish themselves as if now that they know better, they're going to go and do the old shit. And you might, in the sense of having these habits that are extremely difficult to break. You may be one of these people who you're not willing to allow yourself to move forward, you know, like we talked about with the punishment and things. Man, be merciful and embody the compassion of the hero you strive to be. All right. And this last, oh, they said read the bear first. So we got the bear. Matter of fact, on that card. So again, this is the card that we've been reading about here on your screen. On your screen somewhere. All right. Shit, let's see what the bear got for us real quick. I'm not go- Oh, look. I went to the index to look up bear and turned to the page that says study also bear 250 under raccoon. I saw, yeah, there was a show or some shit earlier that also showed a raccoon. Or maybe, oh, it was like a TikTok video. Matter of fact, it was a police officer walking over to a trash can and he was like, police, police, hands up, come out, or something like that to a trash can. And then this big ass fucking raccoon came out of it. So, you know what? We're going to read raccoon and also bear. So, 304 to 306 or 365. Which again, I was just thinking about the snake and then boom. That is, the snake is on page 360 and 361. Crazy. Because I was thinking maybe I won't read the snake, but now that it popped back up again. Yeah, we got a lot of messages. A lot of messages. All right, raccoon's pretty quick. Dexterity in disguise, spring and summer, nocturnal. Another nocturnal being here that we're talking about. Not just about myself, but about that the other animal we were talking about earlier. Blue moon. Man, that should keep popping up, dude. And just shuffle. Whatever. All right. Cycle of Power Spring. That's coming up soon. Raccoons are fascinating animals. They are distantly related to the bear. Oh, there you go. And thus it should be studied as well by anyone with this totem. The raccoon is one of the most adaptable animals, and in spite of encroachment on its natural habitat, it is even able to live within the city. The name raccoon is believed to come The name raccoon is believed by some to come from the Algo Algonquin Indian Algo Algonquin Indian word arcunem arcunem meaning hand scratcher. The paws are very dexterous. are dexterous. Sorry. Raccoons can be expert at opening lids, latches, doorknobs, and such. I didn't know that. Imagine a raccoon opening your doorknob. Fuck. All right, because of this, they often have the reputation for thievery. Oh, and the other card was talking about thieves. All right, because of this, they often have the reputation for thievery, of being able to get into things they are not supposed to, like Pocahontas. It would not be surprising to find that individuals who are thieves and burglars have raccoon medicine, even though it is not being used positively. Raccoons are fascinated by water. They like to slosh their hands and their food in it. This has given rise to the belief that they never eat anything without washing it first. Actually, water increases the sensitivity of the raccoon's hands, and they can feel their food better. The raccoon will eat almost anything available. It will capture small prey, but it usually eats mostly vegetables and fruit. This is something that those with the totem should also keep in mind. Again, we just talked about that. Cleaning up the diet, raw foods on that other that lady's video on the 9 causes of disease and things like that. Raccoons are extremely curious, which is partly why they often get into things they shouldn't. They love to explore. That value that we talked about, being an explorer. You see what I'm saying? Like all this shit is tied together. Their nocturnal excursions can be likened to mini adventures. They can be very curious about new realms and will examine anything that fascinates them. One of the most striking features of the raccoon is the mask that it wears. Although some associate this with thievery, it actually gives the raccoon a very powerful mystical symbolism. The use of masks to achieve altered states and for other healing and ritual purposes has been a part of every society. Mask making is an ancient art employed all over the world for ceremony, celebration, and in magical practices. Concealed behind a mask, people could become something or someone else. We talked about shapeshifting earlier um, this morning, so yeah. We can become whatever we want by wearing masks. Masks are invested with mystery. Masks are invested with mystery. They are tools for transformation. The hidden aspect, the secrecy, helps promote the transformation. It helps us to change what we are to what we want to be, giving us magic. Join, just as there is with the raccoon, with masks, there is ambiguity and equivocation. When we wear a mask, we are no longer who we thought. We make ourselves one with some other force. We create a doorway in the mind and in the physical world, a threshold that we can cross to new dimensions and new beingness. This is the magic of Raccoon. It is an expert at disguise and secrecy. It knows how to wear masks for a variety of purposes. It can teach you how to mask and disguise and transform yourself. Each must develop the relationship with the raccoon in their own unique way. But raccoon medicine can teach you how to become dexterous in the masks you wear. It can show you how to wear a healing mask or show you the face you shall become. The raccoon holds the knowledge of how to change our faces. And like I said earlier, it's not about being fake or suppressing yourself. It's about knowing what ends or sides of your personality to show when. You understand? So that's exactly what this is talking about. Um, yeah, man, I'm just gonna have to. Maybe I'll just. No, I'm not gonna link the two videos together. Whatever. If you want to know more, you can go back to that other shit. Now, whenever I take trips to teach classes and workshops, I look for any animals that may appear to determine the kind of energies associated with the upcoming session. The first time I taught a class on mask making, I saw no animals other than those I normally see on trips. I was kind of surprised because usually with new classes, some new animal shows up. The class went well, and as I pulled away in my car, the headlights flashed off the eyes of an animal. I slowed, thinking a cat or dog was stepping out into the road. As I drove closer, I saw a raccoon sitting on the edge of the street, its masked eyes fixed solidly upon me. I drove slowly forward and stopped alongside it. It didn't move, it simply stared at me. Goosebumps appeared as I nodded to it, and thanked it for helping with the class. It never occurred to me before that the raccoon would show up to add its energy to the mask making class. Every time since then, I always encounter raccoons either going to or coming from the class on mask making. I have honored the raccoon for its help. Raccoon holds the knowledge of transformation through masks and disguise. This knowledge can be applied to religious and ritual practices or within normal everyday life. Do you need to present a different face to people for greater success? Are you hiding your true self? Are others hiding their true self? Raccoon can help you find the answers. Raccoons do not hibernate, but they do go into heavy sleep during the winter, living off their body fat. This has connections to learning to use masks to put to sleep one aspect of yourself so that another can be awakened. This is also part of what raccoon medicine can teach. It will help you develop dexterity in using masks to achieve new altered states and dimensions. Raccoons are very courageous and they can be quite ferocious. Litters of raccoons are brought into the Bruckner Nature Center every spring and early summer. Working and handling them has taught me a great respect for their ferocity, even when young. When they get older, they can become very surly. In the wild, raccoons are deceptive and agile. They are experts at self defense. Raccoons enjoy hollow logs, especially for their dens. They will have 1 to 2 litters per year, usually with 2 to 7 young. At about 20 weeks, a raccoon can live on its own, but they are very sociable, and where you find one raccoon, you will usually find another. They also live longer than most animals in the wild, around 10 years. If a raccoon has showed up, you may see its influence for an extended time. If you are trying to make changes or endeavoring to hide changes you are making from others until you are in a better position, plan on using about a 20-week cycle. You will find it more effective. For longer and greater life transformations and such, when raccoon shows up, you may want to make longer plans. Yo, so we're talking about life change here, life altering things here. And matter of fact, on this same, yo, this is crazy. I went back to the same page on the index, and the first things I saw on the pages were shedding skin and shape shifting. All right, so yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to do a different video on that. You feel me? Um, shit. So they have shape shifting as imitation, below shamans and shamanic journey, shamanism, things like that, which is all under serpent and egg. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're like 6 listings. They're all in order like that, right? Shedding skin is on 361. So, yo, this shit is it's all legit, you know. Um, damn, right back to the snake again, man. The snake is a long one, but it's okay. Well, it's only like 2.5 pages, but let's see what's up with this crayfish. Then I'll read the bear and the snake, and then I don't know. I think we'll get out of here. People keep coming in and going. I don't really see any kind of questions or nothing in the chat today, so I don't know. Hopefully, somebody benefits from this. At a minimum, I think I am. uh, wood. Man, where is this at? Crayfish, crayfish, crayfish. Number 8. Crayfish, protection, perseverance, vulnerability, regeneration. Freshwater cousin to the lobster, armored one of the water realm. Crayfish brings to us the gift of polarity, opposites that complement each other: strength and vulnerability, independence and interconnectivity, protectiveness and receptivity. These are the ways of the cray. Born into eggs called instars, crayfish spend their lives journeying the depths of underwater landscapes. With an external skeleton that surrounds a soft inner body, crayfish has no bones at all. They are fiercely protective against those who oppose them and will literally tear each other's limbs off in a fight. Damn. But they are gentle and loving with their mates, and their limbs grow back. That's crazy. That's creepy, man. I'm not gonna lie. Crayfish walk forward, journeying many miles across the underwater landscape, holding claws with each other for support. That's cool. But swim backwards much faster than their walk. When crayfish molt each year, they shed their entire outer shell, then eat that shell to retain the calcium and phosphates it contains. Yo, and earlier, the last video we talked about the alpha and omega and how the snake, in Greek culture, the snake is eating itself, right? Eating its own tail. So definitely there may be something in that as well. Devouring your old self to go to your new, shedding that skin, shedding everything, but like in this case they're still retaining it, right? Like they're shedding it, but then they're ingesting the lessons, ingesting the part of them that you know made them for a time. What other art we got going on here? Yeah, we'll rock with this for now. um that's magic. That's, yeah, divine feminine, all of that. All right, where we at though? Oh, yeah. So in their vulnerability, they go into hiding until the new shell hardens around their body. Boom. Ain't that what the hell we was just talking about with the raccoon? And basically hiding out, or taking your time. We were talking about the 20-week cycle. That was like one of the last things we read, and now boom, here we go. Okay. This animal, this spirit guide, totem animal, whatever, is doing the exact same thing. All right, it's the long game. So you're reinventing yourself, but knowing which mask to show, what side to come out with. So um it's all about timing. You feel me? So here again, they go into hiding until the new shell hardens around their body, the new identity, the new self. As bottom dwellers, crayfish are living filters for the water, but they are also highly sensitive to contamination. The presence of healthy crayfish in a body of water is a sign that the water they are living in is also healthy. Huh. The message: when crayfish crawls into your world, he calls you to consider your current life structures. The gift of structure provides safety and stability as we move and grow in the world. There are times when certainty and firm support are needed to harvest the strength for your next steps on the path. But crayfish comes to remind you that yours is also a path of transformation and becoming. Within this journey, there will be times when you need to break free from the current form in order to expand into a higher way. Boom, baby. You feel what I'm saying? That sentence just wrapped up everything for like the last 2 hours on here, another hour before. You know what I mean? All of this shit is getting wrapped up right now. All right. This does not mean rejecting or abandoning your current circumstance, but rather, as crayfish does each time it sheds, then eats its shell. So it does not mean rejecting, that was in parentheses. But, anyways, does not mean rejecting or abandoning your current circumstance, but rather to harvest the lessons and gifts of what has been in order to evolve and grow into a form that will fully honor and support who you are now becoming. Yo, I swear, bro, like I said that shit, and now here's the next paragraph. I didn't read it beforehand. This is all intuition, being in alignment, okay? I just happen to use that analogy. So that's double confirmation on page 37, which is 10. And we already talked about the number 3, the Trinity within you, your higher being, your spirit working through your Christ consciousness and things like that. Without the religious context, number seven is a universal number. So, yo, shouts out. All right. Master number 11 today, February 11th. Let's get back to it. Uh, Sometimes when we feel boxed in by our circumstance, our first response is to contract, pull away, push back, or defend. What would happen if instead of contracting, you expanded your vision to take in a much bigger picture? Yo, that was what we were talking about before. Okay, was about are you seeing your full opportunity, or essentially are you seeing lack? Are you coming from an abundance mindset, or are you coming from a lack mindset? Are you seeing all the opportunities in front of you, or being limited by a few opportunities or a few offers? Okay, know your worth, know your value. A negotiation should appear like both sides win. So for you to win in the negotiations you make day to day, don't hide yourself away, but again, know what mask to put on. And if it's between you and another person, choose you. You have to choose you. You have to do things that are in alignment with your values. So again, if you don't know your values, this is why the hell you're so lost, running around here not knowing what to do. Okay? So the value is once again at the top of the mountain. Everything else in your life aligns with that. All right? So draw a peak on your paper, draw a mountain, and on both sides, start to list your values to get you there. So have an honesty mountain if that's one of your values, or an achievement mountain if that's one of your values. Then what are you doing daily to align with that? Things like that. Okay. Whatever it is, it could be, family, loyalty, um, environment, environmentalist ideologies, whatever it is. All right. Um, Integrity is a huge one. So, whatever those values may be. Um, but again, what if instead of contracting, you expanded your vision to take in a bigger picture? Being comfortable with being uncomfortable, pushing through. That's where life change happens, okay? So, what would happen if instead of pulling away to avoid conflict with another, you stepped in closer with a commitment to working together? What would happen instead of pushing back or defending your point of view, you opened yourself to truly see the world through another person's eyes, seeking a solution that honors both and all? Yo, exactly. Exactly. All right. I called it negotiation, but yes. And earlier, fuck other people's bullshit when they go on their holier than thou things trying to tell you what's right for your life. You feel me? All right. So now, when we think we need to be more realistic, in quotes, sometimes what we really need is to be more inspired. Crayfish calls you to expand your perception of the possible rather than shrinking to fit the current form. Boom, baby. This is what we're talking about. Like, you're elevating and you're still trying to use past life shit to fit you now. We talked about the snake shedding the molten skin. The crayfish apparently does the same damn thing. The raccoon changes its mask. All of these different animals are saying the same thing. All of these different tarot cards and oracles, and just the natural channeling message I'm getting, in addition to this Animal Speak book, all of these things obviously are not related but related. You feel me? Like, I bought all these decks at different times. I sat here and shuffled live. Like, you know what I mean? Spirit is really coming through today. Like, this is important messages, life changing shit, which is why I'm taking my time. So if I am talking too slow, you know what I'm saying? Just put the video on 1.25 and fast forward that shit. Um, nah, man, take time. Take your time. Like, that's the last two messages we just got. So, anyways, Crayfish calls you to expand your perception of the possible rather than shrinking to fit the current form. Challenge yourself to see beyond what you or others may have thought. I was just thinking I'm possible. And then this next sentence says, challenge yourself to see beyond what you or others may have thought possible yesterday and create a whole new form of expression that honors your greatest gifts and who you truly came here to be. Being in alignment, yo. Like, this shit is crazy. It's crazy. The synchronicity. Okay. Anyways, you may feel called to spend time in quiet solitude in order to cultivate your inner strength and allow yourself to integrate. Know that this is normal. In fact, it is an essential part of your journey. Know too that within your vulnerability, there is great power. When it comes time to share yourself with others, do so authentically from your heart, and you will open the path to new levels of connection and deep and depth of expression together. So we talked about collaboration earlier, we talked about authenticity earlier, vulnerability as well. Like one of the shows I mentioned earlier that was talking about working together. And also we just talked about the seasons and knowing what time period you're in. And before there was like the four uh steps of healing, or the four seasons of healing and things like that. All right. So this card though says harvesting the lessons of all that has been, honoring the gifts of all that is. I expand my way of seeing, being, and doing in the world for the good of all. Man, I mean, what else can you say? Like, all of these things, what else can you say? What else needs to be said? I'm going to read about bear and snake, but I mean, that wraps it up perfectly. Everything we've been talking about today. Starting 8 hours ago. Starting 8 hours ago, we getting the same messages. Okay. Man, just take a moment. Calm down. Stop being in a rush to go everywhere. This rose quartz feels incredible. Like, you talking about everything we talking about today, right? And it all comes back to that self-love, taking a moment, that self-care, knowing your values and your direction, your inner direction. How can you know your inner direction when you don't even take care of you? You know, it's like I've given this analogy before of like a car, right? When you hear something is wrong with your car, you turn down the radio and listen. But how could you know that the sound was something indeed wrong with your car if you never paid attention? Right? You would just think, oh, that's a normal way it's supposed to sound. So a lot of people don't listen to their intuition. They don't tap in with themselves. So they don't know when something is wrong or when they need to turn down the radio. We just talked about time and solitude, okay? Silence. You ask the universe all these damn questions and don't listen for the fucking answer. So I'm giving you the answers today. These are all keys to unlock life. Like, everything for the last 8 hours has all talked about this. I can show y'all every. It's not even just about the cards, yo, but let's pull out every card that we've gotten today. Love, choice, crayfish, caribou, parrots. There's snakes on here, bears on here, crayfish, raccoons. I mean, this is all just off of, you know what I'm saying? Life gems off of like 5 or 6 cards. Oh, and then my guy here that was in bondage and things. Okay. 6 of Earth. So a lot of messages in the 3D realm. All we're gonna read Snake and Them Bear and see where we get with that. Oh, and then this too. This blew down randomly earlier. You know what I'm saying? The $2 bill that may or may not still be in circulation. A lot of people say these are good luck. You know, I mean, you can't do nothing about Thomas Jefferson on there, but shit, speaking of bondage, you feel me? He was a proponent for that. He had other people building up his shit. So, oh yeah, Black History Month. Almost forgot. Master number 11, man. We getting so many gems. All right, check it. Page 360, number 9. Oh, and a footnote number 2. See? Number 2 popping up. Somewhere in here. Oh, this sentence, they reference Manly P. Hall, one of the great occult teachers. 12 World Teachers, Los Angeles Philosophical Research Society, Inc., 1965, page 223. So there's a quote in here that comes from that. The quote is, "He was the master of the winds and of the clouds and the protecting genius of his people." Whatever that means, we'll get into it now. All right. So, snake, rebirth, resurrection, initiation, and wisdom. Of all the reptiles, and maybe even all animals, the snake has been the subject of great controversy and paradox. Religious sources argue over whether it is the symbol. You know what? We started all this with the snake. Okay, and that one, the card about choice, the snake was wrapped around. I said that's the tree of knowledge. And in some doctrines, you're punished for knowledge, which is crazy. And you can see the snake holding the light. Its tail is wrapped around a torch, holding light, like it looks like the Olympic torch, to be genuine, above the tree of life, above the crying women. Well, one, the black woman is a crying woman nurturing the earth. Her tears are in the forms of waterfalls. Uh, the white woman's eyes, I mean, they're glowing, but oh wait, there's a third woman on here. I just recognized that. Yeah, there's a third woman. It kind of looked like the shadow self behind the fair skinned woman, and then the dagger pointing down. The snake in its torch are pointing up, and the dagger down. Either way, um, yeah, you can kind of see what's on here. All right, let's get back to what we're doing, so we can wrap this up. I know it's been 2 hours and shit. I'm a little tired. My energy's going down. But anyways, the snake has been the subject of great controversy and paradox. Religious sources argue over whether it is the symbol of the higher or the lower. Sometimes seen as devil and sometimes as healer, it is an animal that truly has earned the mythical reputation. In the Americas, the snake served as a prominent symbol in art and lore. To the Native Americans, the snake is a symbol of transformation and healing. Snake ceremonies involved learning to transmute the poisons within the body after being bitten multiple times. Damn, that's painful. Like life. Or I should say the growing pains of life. Not always. Survival of this would then enable the individual to transmute all poisons, physical or otherwise. It activated the energy of kill or cure. It activated the energy of kill or cure, ultimately leading to dramatic healings. In the Mesoamerican societies, the serpent or snake was depicted as feathered and flying. It was a symbol of their greatest god and hero, Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl. Okay, so Quetzalcoatl. Sorry if I'm butchering your god's name. Story is the myth of a dying god who would someday return. Oh, see, death and rebirth cycle, as we talked about. Um, In many ways, he was the patron god of the Toltecs, and it was said that the heavens and the earth and all the motions of the universe were under his dominion. He was the master of the winds and of the clouds and the protecting genius of his people. There you go, the Manly P. Hall thing. In Greece, the snake was also a symbol of alchemy and healing. The god Hermes, which is Tahuti in Kemet, the god Hermes carried a staff upon which were intertwined two snakes. This catechist symbol is the primary symbol of modern medicine and doctors. It is a symbol of wisdom expressed through healing. In India, the goddess Vanada was the mother of snakes and a symbol of water and the underworld. Also in India, there were demigods, Nagas and their beautiful wives, Naginis, who were usually depicted as half cobra and half deity. The god Vishnu is often depicted sleeping on the serpent of eternity called Anatta. Shiva wears snakes for bracelets and necklaces, representing sexuality. The serpent and snake has long been a symbol of the sexual creative life, the sexual or creative life force within humans as is taught in Eastern traditions. So it has long been a symbol of the sexual slash creative life force, which again that's the sacral for both of those things, within humans, as is taught in Eastern traditions. The Kundalini or serpent fire lies coiled at the base of the spine. Oh, that's crazy. Because we did. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe, maybe not. I might not be able to do it right now. Oh, shit. I did a beautiful art piece of this. And I downloaded it. A lot of fire energy in here. And air, too. Is it still in the downloads? Or. Yeah, I've been creating nonstop, dude. A lot of fire, shaman, Native American. Just combining elements and seeing what I get. Man, where the fuck is it? There it goes. Or something like it. Alright, let's see what serpent we're with. I like this one. Alright, so now you see on your screen. Alright, so check it. The Kundalini or serpent fire lies coiled at the base of the spine. As we grow and develop, the primal energy is released, rising up the spine. You can see there's a fire at the top of this, right? So, as we this in turn activates energy centers in the body and the mind, opening new dimensions and levels of awareness, health, and creativity. In Chinese astrology, one of every 12 years is named for the snake. Those born within that year are believed to have the qualities of compassion, clairvoyance, and charm. They usually need to learn lessons associated with forgiveness, superstitiousness, and possessiveness as well. A study of Chinese astrology will help you with this. In Egypt, the snake has also had mystical significance. The uraeus is a headband in the shape of the snake. The head of the snake rests and sticks out at the brow area. It was believed to represent a state of inner sight and control of the universe. It was a symbol worn by those who were initiated. Some believed it to be a variations of the Eye of Horus, while others see it as the sacred Eye of Ra. It represented a certain degree of wisdom and understanding. And there's a little on the picture over here of the snake. There's a piece that says, "The snake has long been a symbol of death and rebirth. Before it sheds its skin, its eyes begin to cloud over." Yo, like the woman in this picture, like I talked about. You see her? This little FaceTime camera, I don't know. Laptop camera, but either way. Its eyes begin to cloud over, as if to indicate it is entering into a stage between life and death. Snake medicine people were those who learned to imitate the snake and move between the realms of life and death for healing and for enlightenment. All right, so check it. practical Egyptian magic was the Eye of Ra and all of that. That's the footnote number three. Anyways, because it sheds its skin, the snake has long been a symbol of death and rebirth. It sheds its skin as it outgrows the old. The death and rebirth cycle is part of what snake represents. It has ties and significance to the ancient alchemists and their symbolic transmutation of lead into gold. This is associated with higher wisdom that comes with the passing of time. This cycle of death and rebirth is often symbolized by the Ouroboros, the ancient image of a snake swallowing its own tail. Yo, we talked about that shit. All right. It is a symbol of eternity. Before the snake begins to shed its skin, its eyes will begin to cloud over. It gives the snake a trance-like appearance. To many mystics and shamans, this indicated the ability of the snake to move between the realms of the living and the dead, of crossing over from life to death and then back to life again. As the skin begins to shed, the eyes begin to clear as if they will see the world anew. For this reason, alchemists often believe that wisdom and new knowledge would lead to death and rebirth, enabling the individual to see the world from an entirely new perspective. The snake has often been depicted, along with its relatives, the serpent and dragon, as a guardian. It is found in myth and lore guarding treasures, the springs of life, or sacred places. As you see this digital art piece I made here, this snake is wrapped around this incredible castle with fire coming from the top of it. Okay, so protecting the towers of light and enlightenment and the fire energy and everything we're talking about, the kundalini and things like that. All right. And this was, when did I make this? I don't know. I was just playing around. Let me see if I look at the info real quick. This was made on shit. Well, it has today's date because I moved it into this folder earlier today. Man, I don't remember. It was some days ago though. I remember it was some days ago. Whatever. The point is, it's here now. Okay. um, the snake or serpent guarded the tree on which the golden fleece hung in the Greek tale of Jason and the Argonauts. The snake is sinuous and fast. Although many people think of them as slimy, their skin is very dry. In fact, humans are slimier than snakes. If a human runs his or her hand on the floor, it will pick up dirt. A snake's skin will not, which is why it is able to slide and move in the manner it does. A snake attacks quickly. It raises itself up and strikes quick, hard, and true to its mark. It is not unusual to find that those with this totem can respond the same way if need be. It is best not to anger snake people. Although slow to lose their tempers, once lost, their bite is quick, sharp, and direct. They almost always hit their mark. They may end up swallowing you whole or just poisoning you in some way. Anytime a snake shows up as a totem, you can expect death and rebirth to occur in some area of your life. This rarely reflects an actual death, but rather a transition. Look for a change in conditions and a movement to new life. Damn, man, this is crazy. Examine what is going on around you. Are you needing to make changes but aren't for some reason? Are you trying to force change too quickly? Are you striking out at people and shouldn't? Are you not striking and should? Remember that a snake not only uses its venom and bite to overcome prey, but also for defense. What is needing to be healed? What new opportunities are surfacing that you need to strike out for and take advantage of? It can also reflect that your own creative forces are awakening. The stimulation of the Kundalini usually has psychological as well as spiritual consequences. Physiologically, it can activate the sexual drive, bringing more energy, etc. Spiritually, it can stimulate greater perception of how to apply your insight and intuition. Your own vision and intuition will become more accurate. To understand the specific role your snake totem will play within your life, first begin by examining the form it takes. This alone will tell you much. Every snake has a head, body, and tail, and there are a wide variety of snakes. Some are poisonous, almost all can bite, and some squeeze and strangle their prey by coiling around it. Examine your snake's markings and the patterns of its scales. A diamondback rattler is named for its pattern of scales. Examine the significance of geometric shapes. This will help you to define the role the snake will have in your life. Don't worry, we're almost done. The rattlesnake, for example, moves around only during the cool hours of the night. Extreme heat is deadly to it. You may find for some reason that becoming more You may find for yourself that becoming more nocturnal would be of benefit. Shit, we talked about that. It has been a side winding motion. It has a side winding motion to its movement. It also has a special sense organ, a small pit in the head that reacts to heat put out by other creatures. This is how it senses its prey. Crazy symbolism here. On a symbolic level, this indicates for those with this totem an increasing sensitivity to the auras of others. You may start seeing them soon, but you will definitely start sensing them. Trust what you feel around others, no matter how strange it may seem. Always examine some of the qualities and characteristics of the snake in general. Snakes are carnivorous. Shit. They're carnivores, all right? uh, in that other video, she talked about eating meat too often and things like that. But anyways, they swallow their prey whole. To be able to do this, their jaws will unhinge. The mouth is where we take in nutrition in the form of food. This unhinging ability of the snake reflects the increased ability for those with this totem to swallow and absorb greater amounts of nutrition for the head, i.e., knowledge. Learning opportunities, formal and informal, will surface frequently. Usually with the snake totem, there is little chance of overloading the brain circuits. You will be able to swallow and digest whatever you take in, like this video. Share it and help others out too. Some people have associated hypnotic qualities with the snake because of its stare. The unblinking stare occurs because the snake has no eyelids. Learning to use the eyes to mesmerize and look into the hearts and souls of others directly is part of what traditional snake medicine can teach. It may even indicate a need to look more closely into your own heart and soul. Snakes have a keen sense of smell. They actually smell with their tongue, which is why it flicks in and out so much. Inside the mouth of the snake is the root. In the roof is an organ called the Jacobson's organ. This organ enables the snake to assimilate the air around them, manipulating air. See, I'm talking about alchemists again. This organ helps them to taste the air and its odors, helping them to locate food sources. The sense of smell is linked to higher forms of discrimination and spiritual idealism. Individuals with the snake totem will find themselves extremely sensitive to smells and fragrances. Aromatherapy may be a form of healing that is beneficial to explore. They should pay attention to what is going on around them. Do things really smell right around you? Make sure that you are very discriminating about what you say and to whom, and with what you involve yourself. That's a question, and with what you involve yourself. All right. Snakes are symbols of change and healing. They have speed and agility. So those who have snakes come into their lives will usually find the changes and shifts occur quickly and are soon recognized and defined. When snake comes into your life, you can look for a rebirth into new powers of creativity and wisdom. My goodness. My goodness. Okay. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Y'all were here for the journey. Like, some of you are only here for part 2. I get it. But if you were here from earlier today, even if you weren't, you know what I'm saying? The messages in this reading alone are crazy. Man, we gonna get into this. The last one for today is bear. I'm gonna read that in a minute. Yo, that was 225.25. All right, shouts out. 16, number 7. Oh shit. Maybe I shouldn't have shuffled. Now we got more cards. Oh. Yo, no fucking way. Look what just came out. Look what just came out, yo. Hold on. Look what just came out of our animal oracle. Yo, not making this shit up, bro. Let me switch the thing real quick. Let me switch this real quick. Wait. Yeah, it's this one. Boom. All right. We got the python in the building. Okay. We got the python in the building. Okay. Discernment, detachment, transformation, renewal. Legitimate. Y'all just saw this shit fall out. Oh, we dropped. There's another one that dropped, the elephant. Yo, somebody said something crazy about elephants earlier. What was it? Man, it was something about elephants somewhere. Man, I don't know. Honor, empathy, responsibility, and cooperation. That's the elephant. Back to a lot of what we're saying today. So here I am. Oh shit. No, it wasn't the elephant's wisdom. It was some like I don't know. I don't remember. Dog. The dedication of this animal oracle, by the way, is to the living, loving pulse of Mother Earth and all of her sacred children. Okay. Look. Oh, this is 16 and 17 at that. Python sure did just. It wants to be seen, y'all. It wants to be seen. So we gonna let it be seen. Fuck it. Discernment, detachment, transformation, renewal. On the edge of an old growth rainforest, as birds and animals come and go, seeking, hunting, chasing, fleeing, one lies quietly waiting. Coiled around the smooth skin of a native tree, Python allows the dapple sun, the warm rain, and all that she needs to come to her in perfect time. Oldest and largest of the snake family, pythons have tiny spurs on their body reminiscent of where their ancestors may have once had legs. In their current form, they swim, climb, and they grow up to 30 feet in length and weigh over 310 pounds, which is 9 meters and 140 kilograms, depending on the type of part of the world you're in. With a highly tuned sense of smell and heat sensing organs in their lips, they are able to maneuver silently through the dark and can remain totally still for many hours, camouflaged by the environment before striking suddenly at passing prey. Shedding its skin regularly as it grows, Python retreats into the shadow worlds of quiet isolation during winter months to call back its energy. To the ancients, snake represented both goddess and god, as well as the shadow side of spirit. In India, snake is the symbol of the Kundalini energy, coiling around the spine as life force, birth, death, and renewal. Some Native American tribes revere snakes as the masculine symbol of protection and assertive power, while others honor it for the feminine energy of mothering, creation, and the moon. All things we've talked about today. Celts, or Celts, like the Celtics, saw the snake as a symbol of secret knowledge, the protector and guide between what has been and what will be. Shit, man, that's a perfect summary. And it rhymes. The message: Python silently enters your world to open the way to deep transformation and renewal. She calls forth the full realization of your dreams, not through exerted effort and chasing, but through quiet mastery of one of your greatest creative powers, intention. Yo, I wanted to mention intention earlier. It was something we read where it was like, oh man, I should have just said it. It was something I was reading earlier, and I was thinking like intention matters though. But either way, take time to listen closely to the ancient calling of your soul. Clarify what you really want and allow this vision to ignite a fire of new possibility within you. Damn, yo. This is so perfect. Nothing renews our spirit more powerfully than the awakening of a dream. Bold visions dissolve past perceptions of the possible and awaken within you a whole new way of being. Resist the temptation to rush off sharing this new dream with others or wasting your energy chasing after it. Take time instead to allow the embers of your desire to grow inside, harvesting the energy of your vision, calling it closer to you. With Python's ancient knowing finely attuned to the rhythms of life, she will help you sense when it is time to act and to do so with great assertive power and accuracy. She can assist you to be patient and calm, but to seize the moment with great power when it matters most. Maintain focus, but don't let your idea of how you think things are supposed to happen stop you from seeing what emerges before you. Like just now, I said Bear was the last thing, and this beautiful thing is wrapping up everything. Okay. Letting go, small example, but still. Letting go of your attachment to both past and future outcomes will give you an ability to feel the pulse of highest possibility and follow the energy of the moment. Be willing to look into the shadows, to see beyond the surface of your circumstance into the deeper truth and higher gifts this moment brings to you. Page 62, number 8, baby. You feel me? Just like this $2 bill. Um, did I just move that by accident? Hold on, sorry. Let me. No, that's fine. I release the past to awaken the new. I see my world through the eyes of who I am becoming. It's fucking perfect, man. You talk about masks and all of that shit, man. Yo, smooth, smooth. Like page 63 too, number 9, and then 6 we talked about a lot today. Family, home. 3 is the Trinity. Like, man, we can't get any better than this show, or maybe we can, but this is all beautiful. All right, so finally, Bear. Right, it's a page and a half, or I guess 2 pages. It'll be all right. Take your time, relax, go get a snack. I'll still be here. All right, Bear. Keynote: Awakening the power of the unconscious. And I was just about to say, in that last card we talked about the moon. Again, going back to that mystery of self and the subconscious mind and things like that. All right, so Bear, awakening the power of the unconscious, cycle of power, spring and summer. What we're about to step into. Okay. The bear is a powerful symbol and image in both myth and lore. Stories abound of individuals turned into bears, bears into humans, and bears as gods. It has stirred imagination so much that even a constellation was named for it: Ursus Major, the Great Bear. 7 stars of this constellation are probably the most easily recognized in the Northern Hemisphere. That's the sisters, y'all. Oh, drop this card. Um, the 7 stars form the Big Dipper, and they have links to the 7 great rays of the light of the divine. The bear has lunar symbology as well, giving it ties to the subconscious and even unconscious mind. It was an animal associated with the goddess Diana, a goddess of the moon. It is also a symbol for alchemy, the Negrito of prime matter. It relates to all initial stages and primal instincts. And this started on page 250, which is 7. Like birds, The bear is often considered among Native American peoples as kin to humans because, like birds, it can stand and walk upon two legs. For many, the bear and the wolf are the last true symbols of the primal natural world, and many ecologists believe that how humans respond and protect their lands and their future will be the most honest depiction of how serious humanity is about perseverance or about preserve. Yeah. Ecologists believe that how humans respond and protect their lands and their future will be the most honest depiction of how serious humanity is about preservation of our environment and the natural resources within it. That's the third thing today, talking about, well, the third reading or card mentioning this protection of Earth, the oceans, and animals. All right. In addition to the show I was watching during the 4 hour break. Okay. So shit, that message is coming in really heavily. All right. I think some shit is about to shake. You feel me? Uh Mother Universe, Daughter Earth. Something I was thinking about reading some of this earlier. Not this, but I mean, I think it was like 2 cards ago or something like that. Um, right. So the bear is the largest of the carnivores, but it will eat almost anything, like Yogi. It is omnivorous, eating both plants, fruits, and meats. It actually eats less meat than many smaller carnivores, such as the fox. Contrary to popular belief, bears do not truly hibernate. They do live to a great degree on their stored up fat. The body temperature will drop a little, around 13 degrees, and the breathing rate can be cut in half. The depth of their sleep depends greatly upon the amount of fat stored. This reflects the bear's ability to teach those with it as a totem how to go within to find the resources necessary for survival. The bear can teach you to draw upon all of your inner stores. The bear can teach you to draw upon all of your inner stores of energy and essence, even those which have never been tapped or accessed. Meditating and working with the bear will help you to go within your soul's den, your inner sanctum, to find your answers. During the winter, during the winter sleep, the black bear's kidneys shut down completely, and scientists are studying this activity, hoping it will provide clues to more successful kidney transplants. What the fuck? Uh, I told y'all weeks ago that Western science emulates nature. And then they try to sell it back to you in the form of pills and new discoveries, quote unquote discoveries and shit. But that's yet another story. Let me get back over here. All right. Physicians would love to find a way to duplicate this in humans so that diseased kidneys would have time to heal. This is part of what bear medicine is about. The kidneys serve as a vital function in the body, excreting urine and also filtering the blood plasma. Metaphysically, the kidneys are symbols of discernment and discrimination. If bear has shown up in your life, ask yourself some important questions. Is your judgment off? How about those around you? Are you not recognizing what is beneficial in your life? Again, opportunity. Are you not seeing the core of good deep within all situations? Are you being too critical of yourself or others? Are you wearing rose colored glasses? Bear medicine can teach you to go deep within so that you can make your choices and decisions from a position of power. All bears are astonishingly swift. The black bear and grizzly can reach running speeds of 35 to 40 miles an hour for short distances. All bears, including the polar bear, can climb. Only the size of the tree will discourage the climbing. Bears are often associated with trees. Nature programs love to photograph bear cubs high up in the trees or adults scratching themselves against them. There are even bear trees, quote unquote, trees marked with claws as signposts along the well worn and traveled path of a particular bear. The tree is a powerful and ancient symbol, just like the bear. It is a natural antenna linking the heavens and the earth. Different trees do have different meanings, as was discussed briefly in an earlier part of this text, but in general, it represents knowledge. It is a symbol of fertility, of things that grow. Again with this tree and knowledge, yo. We showed that to you in the choice card. Going back to it, this is the first card that we pulled, or it came out with a different one, so it was like the first and second cards we pulled today. Yeah, shouts out to that. Last page. As Bear teaches you to go within and awakens the potentials inherent, the tree serves as a reminder that we must bring what we awaken out into the world and apply it, make our marks with it. Anyone with a bear totem should keep the cub in themselves alive and occasionally climb trees, if only to get a clear perspective. Again, changing your perspective. For those with a bear as a totem, it is important not to hide away and try to hibernate all year round. You must come out of the den. This is even reflected in the birthing process of bears. Female bears give birth during their heavy sleep, semi hibernation stages. Their heavy sleep, semi hibernation stages. Usually two cubs are born, sometimes three. They are born helpless and semi conscious. The cubs nurse in the safety and warmth of the den throughout the winter. As spring approaches, the mother and her cubs will emerge. The cubs will have become strong enough to follow their mother. This is tremendously significant for those working with a bear totem. It often reflects a need to go deep within yourself, to have periods in your life when you can be more reclusive. During these times, you will be able to go within yourself and even give birth to two or three ideas or projects. They can be nursed through the winter, and then as spring emerges, and then as spring approaches, emerge with your babies to help them grow. So again, your ideas can be nursed through the winter, and then as spring approaches, emerge with your babies to help them grow. Those who have a bear as a totem will find this cycle of semi hibernation and reclusiveness during the winter very natural. That was so weird. My hard drive just ejected itself or something. Um, they will also find that with the spring will come opportunities to act more assertively in regard to that which has been nursed through the winter months. Bear people should be patient though, as the cubs will usually stay with the mother for up to 2 years. Yo, again, with 2 year olds, patience, all this shit, I just can't believe it. Genuinely. It still surprises me. I love it. This can reflect that those project, I think they mean to say those projects. But, anyways, this can reflect that those project you nurse may not come to full fruition until the second year of the cycle. Although distantly related to the dog, the bear is a closer relative to the raccoon. There are a variety of bears. The most common bear is the black bear. This is a kind of misnomer, as not all black bears are black. They can be brown, cinnamon, and various combinations. They are very playful, both as adults and as young cubs. This is a reminder for those with the bear as a totem. The largest bear is the Alaska brown bear, a relative of the grizzly. The brown bear is relatively solitary. The grizzly has long been known for its strength and ferocity. Although it can be quite fierce, it is not naturally aggressive. Oh man, I relate to that shit. I relate to that shit. What? I don't know. My fucking thing is tripping right now. By far the most outstanding hunter of the bear family is the polar bear. This white bear has no fear. It is the most carnivorous, again, carnivore, and aggressive of all the bears. It is at the top of the food chain and has no enemy other than humans. It feeds to a great degree on seals, and those with this totem should study the qualities of the seal as well. All bears have a great fondness for honey. Honey is the natural sweetness of life. It is usually found in the hives located in trees, again reflecting a connection between bears and trees. It is a reminder for those with this totem to go within to awaken the power, but only by bringing it out into the open and applying it will the honey of life be tasted. Man, 2 hours and 45 seconds. Thank you if you're still here. If you're not, maybe I'll add chapters to this shit. I don't know. My voice, my throat hurts, obviously. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, this is some real shit. Real life shit, man. Seriously. Um, you can see we got the snake, the bear as well. I mean, we got all these things, man. I don't even know how we got all these damn cards today. Usually it's only six from like one tarot deck. Man, this is crazy. But all these messages reinforce each other. The very last one is this elephant right here. Number 16, which is number 7. Again, universal number. This is the last shit today. Cherish this. Hey man, go back to this video too, if you need to. And also share this with other people. If it helped you out, help them out too. This is a little bit like of a different paced video. You know what I'm saying? We got the slow I don't know. It's like slow and taking the time and meditative and all of that. But then at the same time, we're going faster through certain parts and shit. So man, beautiful fractals on the screen. Yo, what is going on with my shit today, dude? I don't understand. Let me scan my external drive, I guess. Alright, well, we need to back up our shit. I mean, what are y'all thoughts, man? Nobody's commenting today. Today is again, we talking about being solitary, going within. So, I don't know. Get you some rose quartz. Connect with you. Yeah. Put on some Frank Sinatra radio. Dinah Washington and shit coming through. Let's get it. Number 16, elephant. Honor, empathy, responsibility, cooperation. A lot of things we talked about today. A wave of floodwaters. Come on now. We talked about the drowning aspect multiple times, right? We talked about this shit. All right. A wave of floodwaters rushed through a native village, leaving destruction and chaos in its wake. Hours before the event, a group of elephants pull their chains up from the ground and trumpet people to the safety of a hilltop. Hours later, these same elephants wade through the rubble, retrieving children and struggling survivors, bringing order back to the village. Highly sensitive and socially connected, elephants have much to teach us about the power of community and the gift of cooperation. Largest of the land mammals, they share a similar gift of altruism, intelligence, and gentle power as their oceanic counterparts, the whale. Holy shit, dude. Even that exact word, altruism, popped up earlier. That's not like a common thing, you know what I mean? And again, with the ocean, man. All right, to the Chinese. to the Hindu, I know that's Ganesh. Yeah, Ganesh is also from talking about destruction and things. About from the father because the mother instructed Ganesh have her. Well, we're almost done. The point is, see, that's message. Like technology doesn't work when you be tapped in the spirit. Really, on some real shit. I was saying that we just talked about a new idea taking 2 years. Okay, we just talked about the number two continuously popping up. Excuse me. We talked about one of the things I said in that first video or part one was about, you know, 2 year olds having a bigger backbone than some of you. Because a 2 year old don't care what the hell you talking about. They're gonna do what they want to do. And I mean, these whole readings and messages are about taking your power back, but also doing what's right for you. So, man, this is just crazy that elephants or during the female pregnancy, which lasts for 22 months. I mean, that's damn near 2 years. Okay, gestating this egg or this idea and this formation and birthing something. We talked about these things earlier. You know what I'm saying? About yeah, just giving birth to these new things. So, in any case, during the female pregnancy, which lasts for 22 months, she selects several babysitters, quote unquote, to help care for her and her young one when it arrives. Like people talk about using a village. Again, collaboration, cooperation, collaboration. In an elephant herd, if one of the members becomes sick, others will bring it food and protect it until it is healthy again. If it dies, the herd becomes very quiet, grieving their loss. They will dig a shallow grave and cover the elder with dirt and branches. Even herds that come across the remains of an unknown elephant will pause at the grave to show respect. Damn. There are many stories of elephants developing deep friendships with other animals, rescuing each other species, and humans from danger. With the largest brain of all land animals, elephants have a highly developed sense of self, spatial awareness, and emotional maturity. They commonly share profound levels of humor, compassion, cooperation, creativity, playfulness, and companionship with others. Smooth, man. Everything we talked about. The message: when Elephant enters your life, she brings blessings of the highest order. Through the path of gentle power and cooperation, she calls forth the gifts of compassion, community, and higher purpose. Again, being in alignment. Amidst the rapid pace and pressures of life, sometimes we become disconnected from the deep emotional needs of ourselves and others. Sometimes we become disconnected from the deeper emotional needs of ourselves and others. As we race to complete our to-do list, we lose contact with that higher sense of being that inspires our most meaningful actions in the world. Like I said, slow down. Elephant trumpets a clear reminder that you are a great force for good, here to serve the higher path of humanity by embodying the higher values of your own divine nature. The time is now to trust your higher purpose and find powerful ways to live with an open heart in the world. As you learn to recognize, embrace, and accept yourself, you will awaken a sense of freedom that allows you to transcend imaginary barriers between yourself and others, empowering you to live in ways that serve the highest good of all. Like that last card said, don't be in your quote unquote hibernation too long. All right. Share your gift with the world. Share your stories and your wisdom with others, your compassion with others, your compassion with yourself. All right. So here it says, reclaim a sense of community in your life. Honor the magic of children and the deep wisdom of your elders. Draw together those who are closest to you. Call on them, call on them to support you in the gifts you are now birthing. There is a great energy of support all around you. You may just need to ask. When your cup is full and you realize just how blessed you are, you will begin to see opportunities to share that energy with others. You will be a source of good and a blessing on other people's journeys. You will bring support and assistance when they least expect it. Now is a time for patient power and gentle strength. Embrace your emotions in the full spectrum of your being, from joy and playfulness to sadness and deep reflection. From joy and playfulness to sadness and deep reflection. Each has a part to play in your rich journey of awakening, the divine blessing you are. I see the world through an open heart. My thoughts, words, and actions open the hearts of others. Page 60, number 6, baby. And that was the card. That write up was on the page right before Python. So, boom, there you go. That last sentence said it all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time to rest now. Man, this has been an incredible journey. Incredible messages today. This has been everything. I pick myself up and get back in the race, is what he just said on this song. Listen. Oh, that's life. Frank Sinatra. I thought of quitting, but I'm just not gonna buy it. It feels worth one single try. I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly. Been a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over. Listen, y'all gotta hear this song by Frank Sinatra, but um, it's called "That's Life." He said, "I just pick myself up and get back in the race." So, anyways, yeah, this is all about coming back into you, coming back into alignment, knowing your values, knowing your worth. Stop settling for less. Um, this has been the message all day. So, um, y'all know the rest, man. I put in a lot of work to this. You can at least give a like. It's free. Help the algorithm. Help other people out. Um, I really didn't even anticipate all these messages. You know what I'm saying? I thought this would be like an hour live, but this is the 3 hour one, and we had the hour one earlier. So obviously, somebody needs to hear these messages. Um, I hope several of you did. Like, really, really listen. I know people had to go to work during the day and things, but my goodness. My goodness. I don't even see this live stream anywhere on here. So I hope that I didn't just do all that work for nothing. If anything, I guess it helped me too, you know. Um Shit, this is crazy. Oh boy. Technical difficulties. Anyways, how you feeling, man? Like, let me know in the comment section after all of this what you're thinking, feeling, seeing, relating to. Um yeah. Well, it does say it's live here, so I'm added to the playlist. Change your life. You feel me? Intoxicated intuition. It should be on the past lives, and then of course I will here I'm gonna copy the link and create a post. So we gonna do uh the highly anticipated part two. Insane life changing messages, okay? So there's no excuses. Well, you can make all the excuses you want, but I do hope that um you view this and go back to it today and some other days too. Uh this shit is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. Let me find the other one. Is it this one? Yeah. Oh, 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 baby. Part two coming soon. Here we go. I gotta inform the people, you feel me? Y'all hopefully share and help them too, but um right. Few part two. 16, baby. All right, 45% battery. What else do you want from me? I hope that this helped everybody. Man, I'm gonna go take care of my voice and my eyes. Uh, it's like I don't feel sleepy, but my eyes have been burning like crazy, and eye drops are not helping. It's just like it said, be nocturnal, and being nocturnal in that shift between day and light, everything's just blurring together, and my sleep ain't right. So, um, anyways, I'm glad to do it. Happy to be back sharing my gifts and authentic and shit. So, um, right. Have a good day/night.